This is stacked on stacks. She doesn't like Tucker. She thinks that Don Lemon is a better newsman than Tucker. But, you know, she's a patron of mine on Patreon. So, you know, clearly she's reaching out for help. Clearly she understands that she is in a bad way. She's also a fan of the Cowboys. We can't really hold that against her, you know, because, to be honest, they're not going to beat the Bengals this year. So, anyways, like, yeah, she wants to say go Cowboys, whatever, and she doesn't like Tucker, but she is a patron, so clearly she's reaching out and she needs help. So we are here to help her to understand fucking apparently everything. Seriously though, I like Stacked on Stacked. She's funny. She makes me giggle in the comments. I'm kind of playing with her with the whole Tucker thing. Whatever. But it's funny. You know, she's funny. I like her. I'm glad she's a patron. I'm glad I got the opportunity to do this as a little promo video for her because it makes me giggle. So thank you very much. I'm very happy for your support. It's awesome. But you're wrong. So, okay. Last night, I put up a video about Onision. And within minutes, it was copyright claimed. And I did it on purpose. Like, I knew there was a high possibility that it was going to get copyright claimed. Because I messed around with varying links. I don't know if you watched the whole thing, but some of the clips were way longer than I usually do them, and there was a lot of jokes that I purposefully just didn't make, a lot of things I purposefully didn't address, because I wanted to leave, you know, large varying sized clips. And it just so happened that I think one of the last clips of the video, there was one point in it that I wanted to stop it and comment, but if I didn't, that meant that the clip itself was 1 minute and 1 second long. And I thought that was perfect, because a minute worth of, you know, video, like, that seems pretty reasonable for the system to be looking for. One full unbroken minute. You know what I mean? So now I'm going to kind of dial it back from there. I've had, you know, varying sizes of clips before, you know, other than that. And to be honest with you, there have been videos that I've done where I've done massively longer amounts of time. Riley videos where I've had her talking for 2-3 minutes sometime. So apparently there is a way. I mean, if it's something that automatically works for everybody no matter what, it's interesting that not all of my videos have been copyright claimed. You know what I mean? So clearly this is something that he has made the effort to turn on. Alright? So I can say pretty reasonably that I have that suspicion at this point, and that I have a fairly decent amount of evidence that kind of supports that. I still may be wrong, but I need an explanation for why that is if I'm wrong. You know what I mean? So, right. And then now I've figured out what the thing that he's clearly turned on, I know what it's looking for now. It's looking for at least a minute unbroken. So I have to make sure that whenever I do Onision videos, I don't do that. And I usually don't. I usually don't do that with, you know, most people's content, because I try to break it up more often than that. But sometimes when they're making a long-winded point, you know, I don't want to break in and interrupt the point that they're trying to make, because my ultimate goal here is, after all, to address the point. So I'm going to have that, and I understand that, and I'm fine with the repercussions. I will fight all of these, except for the ones from Onision, because I know he's not going to prove it. So I'm just not even going to bother to waste the time to copy and paste my response. You know, it's just not worth it. But I did it to kind of test the fences. You know, anybody watch Jurassic Park? The Raptors testing the fences for weaknesses? I'm testing to see where his thing is weak. I'm figuring out how to sneak videos in underneath it, so that I don't need to bother with dealing with it. But so there's going to be a lot of play with that sort of thing whenever I make videos on Onision, and I think that an interesting way to handle that situation when he copyright claims something that I know he's going to copyright claim, what I figured I would do is I would make this extraordinarily clickbaity, he's stalking me, fucking my BuzzFeed video, you know, and I figured the greater portion of you guys would get the joke. Some of you didn't, and that was funny, and I kind of had to laugh at you, and you kind of went, yeah, all right, I get it, and you know, so he didn't get it, and that's fine, you know, it is what it is. But I also drew in a lot of people that I knew weren't going to get it, and boy, were they funny. So, hey, you know, and honestly, if you look at it here, I pulled this up for you guys. If you look at this, the numbers really aren't that far off. I mean, the one video has about, an hour, maybe an hour on the other video. I think the one video posted at like 5:15 or something like that, and then the other one posted at like 6:20. I don't know, maybe it was 5:30 and 6:30. They were about an hour apart. So for an hour apart, they're pretty close in views. They're pretty close in, you know, comments. They're very close in likes and dislikes. So I pretty much made the same video twice. It's just one of them is clickbaity enough that it's going to make up for the losses I incur in the other one, right? And so I'm going to leave this keeping consistent video up. That'll stay up for a month or so or whatever. Just kind of let it run its course. And then when it kind of finally dies off and the views kind of level out to where they're nothing, I'll unlist it and I'll throw it on Patreon for my patrons to watch whenever they want. And then they'll have special patron-only content that they can show their friends who are also fans of mine and who are so jealous because they get to see these hysterical videos that they don't. Right? Like that's the idea. I guess. Whatever. I don't know. For those of you who are in that kind of... Yeah, that's awesome. You know? Whatever. And for those of you who think that's stupid, give me a better fucking idea. I don't know what to tell you. I can't think of fucking everything. Like, I'm stressed as it is coming up with the funny ideas I got. So, anyways, that's really all it was. I knew I was going to get a copyright hit, and when I got a copyright hit that I was expecting, I was like, all right, now I got to make a video about this so that I can clickbait and essentially recoup the losses that I'm going to get. It's a throwaway video. Like, I'm sorry if that upsets you that I made a throwaway video to kind of do this, but I mean, I did put a little bit of effort and thought into it, and I thought it was funny. If you get the joke, you probably thought it was funny too, so at the very least, it's a 4-minute video, or not even a 1-minute video if you don't watch the commercial. So, whatever. That's all it really was. I was just trying to see if I could, you know, race the videos and see if one of them would pull ahead of the other. I don't know. I was just bored last night. The supervisor at work was off, and it was my first night last night. And they said we're really short staffed because we've got a supervisor that's off, and the guy that's going to be taking over for him, he's new, and this person's it. And so it was all chaos last night. So they were like, is it okay if you come in tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine, whatever. So there I am, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, waiting for it to turn noon so that I can go to bed. And I was just fucking bored. Everybody's asleep, so nobody's chatting with me all night, and I got nothing to do. So I was goofing around. Like I said, I'm having fun here. If you guys are going to take all this shit serious, that's on you, man. But don't. Because I'm certainly fucking not. you.